Yo, hello, Sunday. Sunday's a fun day. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's great. Gonna have a great day. Guess it's really early in the USA right now. And if you're in Asia, it's a little later. But let's see. We get an interview with Shaun Anthony Walsh. This is going to be good. If we don't get it on today, we'll get it on another time. Because this was my first ever interview I ever did. My Facebook Live was with Shaun in June. So now we're going to revisit him and see what he's up to. And he's not posted on YouTube for a long time, so I'm keen. I'm sure his followers are keen as well. He's got quite a lot of followers from his YouTube account to see what he's up to, right? So it's going to be good. Fine, it's going to be fun a lot. If you guys got any questions, if we get through to him, then pop them in the comments and ask him so we can learn today. Cheers, Michelle, mate. Yeah, we will have a great day today. It's a great Sunday, great day. A great day to learn, to be healthy and happy, and yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. You know the annoying thing with these lives right now? I can't see who's watching, apart unless you comment. I can see the numbers, but I can't see who's watching. So that's interesting. I don't know if that's a new Facebook thing, by the way. Anyone that does Facebook Lives, you want to let me know as well. Like, is it a new feature of Facebook that they take off the little profile pictures at the top where you can normally see who's viewing your... You see, like, I don't know if Shaun's watching right now. That's why I'm wondering. Be kind of cool if he is, so we can get him on. But yeah, if not, I'll talk a little bit about just a little bit about what I'm learning, what I'm excited about, distilled water, urine, enemas, all that kind of shit. Okay, cool. I'll add you, man. Right, let's roll. Right, I just sent you out the invite, Shaun, so let's do this. I do want to talk a little bit about enemas with him as well. I don't know if you do enemas, but syringes, they're fucking good, man. I'm just eating some crap today, but I did this straight after. And good, man, to clean out the colon. Right, put some medicine in you. It's all good. It's all good. Put some of the old... That is urine, aged. And it's so old. It's getting so old. It's always half full. It's got like little bits on the top of it, like little mushroomy, sedimenty shit that covers around the top. And I don't mind it. It will freak a lot of people out, for sure. But I know it's all medicine. I know it's all medicinal, and I know the effects of drinking this every day. This is my poisonous food mitigation strategy, and also my body. It makes me vibrate very high frequency when I start drinking this stuff. Haven't drunk any yet, so I'm vibrating a low frequency now. I've eaten my food. Haven't drunk much distilled water. I've done a little bit of an enema, but yeah. All right, I think we're gonna go. So let's roll. Right, here we go. Here we go. I'm adding you, bro. You should join in now. Hopefully. Hi Tracy, mate. Good morning. Good morning. It's 12 o'clock in the UK. I don't know what time it is over you guys. Are you in the USA? It's probably gonna be quite early. If you're EST, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, right? EST time right now. And Michelle, definitely 2 weeks is good, but it just builds and builds and builds. And I don't know about the tasting cum in your mouth. I don't know if that's true. I've never experienced it. I normally do 30 days before I have a wet dream, so I'm very consistent with my 30 days, 1 month. And wait, yo,
What's up, man?
brother, Shaun, how you doing, mate? How you doing?
Good, good, good.
You're looking different
Just
today.
ready for bed?
How come you look different,
The
bro?
beard
That's
is
good.
shorter. My beard's
Oh,
shorter,
yeah.
I removed it a while back now. Yeah.
Was that a conscious
See,
decision,
you've done
bro?
the
Was
same
it
as
just...
well. You've done the
Yeah,
same. You've done the same.
for Christmas.
And the
It's all
hair.
gone.
And the hair.
It's all gone.
Yeah.
Was it conscious though? Was it conscious decision, or was it just like you thought, fuck it, like?
Um, I just fancied a change, to be honest. It were kind
Mm,
of like at work. I was zipping up my jacket and it were getting caught in my jacket, and you know when you're eating and stuff. I just thought, you know, just fancied a change and bought
yeah,
some
it does make
clippers.
you feel like a different person, isn't it? When you do it, you feel all look younger. You look younger. We do look younger without the beard, unfortunately. It just we do like.
Yeah, yeah. But I do. As soon it's same when I used to cut my hair as well. You know, my hair's still long. I've not cut my hair, but
Yeah,
when I cut the beard, instantly, I don't know. It just feels a bit like I don't know. Like it feels like a part of me is left. You know what I mean? It feels like I feel a
yeah,
little bit unstable, kind of thing. Like the beard seems to ground me. You know, the long hair and the beard seems to ground me. But when it goes, you
yep.
know, I just feel little bit scatter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you heard? I heard. I never forget this. Patchy told me this once. I'm not sure if it's true. Science hasn't confirmed this, but the beard gives you energy. So it collects energy from the sun and converts it, or it collects the energy and converts it into, vibrancy for you and health. I believe this to be true. Do you reckon that's true? Like the longer
Yeah,
the
mate.
hair, the more vibrant.
Yeah, yeah, I do, and I felt that as well. You know, that's what I'm talking about. I felt like when it's cut, I feel more disconnected, sort of thing, and when it's longer, I feel more grounded, as if like you know,
Yeah.
like when you're grounded to the earth, like when you wear bare feet in on the earth, you can feel
Mm,
that you know when you're on the beach for a while and you feel so relaxed, you know, because you're constantly grounded. Or if you're in a city block, you know, and you've got Wi-Fi, you know, beaming down on you all the time, and you feel a little bit, you know what I mean? It's that kind of feeling.
yeah.
So when the beard goes, I get that city kind of feeling, but when it's there,
Yeah.
it seems to protect me from that, you know. So I constantly feel grounded. But
Yeah,
that's
man.
just me, you
You're
know.
like
Just
Samson. You're like
experiment.
Samson, bro. You're like Samson, isn't it?
Huh?
Samson Delilah. The story is true as the Bible. Samson cuts his hair
Yeah,
and he just loses powers, isn't it? Mm,
yeah, man. Yeah, man. I feel like there's some truth to that. Definitely.
mm. Yeah, bro. So I've got a question for you. Like, you've not posted. I checked on your YouTube a couple of weeks ago when we said you're coming on. So you've not posted in a while. And you've got a big following as well. You said you were busy and stuff. Like, we understand that
Yeah.
and stuff. But I'm sure people would like to know. Like, if you could explain to people what have you been up to, bro, in the past couple of months since we last spoke, and have you learning lessons and what are you excited about in life, bro?
Uh, to be honest, YouTube is kind of grown old for me. You know, I've got to that
Okay.
stage where um, I've basically let out everything that I needed to let out that were inside me before that were, you know, I wanted to speak to everybody about it, you know, and all that's come out of me now, you know, and
Mm,
I've not been researching much more because everything I see online is kind of a repeat of what I've already learned. So
mm,
I don't know, it just becomes boring, you know, and I like variety in my life, you know, so I kind of like just let it slide. I kind of just let it go, you know. So for me, I feel like I've got nothing left to talk about on YouTube. You know, I feel like what I've said, I needed to what I needed to say, I've already said. You know, and
mm,
everything I say now is just a repeat of what I've already said. You know, and
mm.
not only that, a lot of my followers, a lot of people that comment on my videos are actually negative commenters, you know, and leave
Noticed.
bad comments and things like that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just ain't got time for that. You know, it just wears you out. Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
I don't have
mm.
time to constantly repeat myself, explain the same thing over and over, just for people
Yeah.
for it to fall on deaf ears. So it's kind
Yeah.
of like, and I don't get much money from it either. You know, that was the whole thing in the first place. You know, I started it because I wanted financial freedom. You know, I wanted
Yeah.
to leave my job, you know, or at least put less hours in my job and rely more on, you know, this creative, you know, outlet of YouTube. And it's not as easy as that. You know, I've got like maybe average like a thousand views on my videos, and I thought, whoa,
Yeah,
once
it's
I
a
get
lot
to
though,
that
bro.
stage,
That's quite a big following, to be fair to you. That's quite big for you've got a
yeah,
significant YouTube following compared
it
to a
is,
lot of
it is.
people. So yeah.
And I remember when I first started, and I was looking at these other guys, and they were getting 1,000 views per video, and I was thinking, that's where I need to be, and then I'll have enough financial freedom to, you know, just to let go. But even with that, I'm like on every 2 months I get 50 quid. You know what I mean?
Is that it? Every two.
Yeah, that's it.
Whoa.
That's it. So what's the
Oh,
point? You know what I mean? I go to work, I can earn £50 in half a day. You know what I mean? So you can understand where I'm putting my energy. I'm putting my energy in what's giving me the biggest reward. I go to work and I get paid a lot more than I would if I put all my energy into YouTube. And like I say, I do still answer back to comments and things like that. I do still reply to comments on my YouTube, but
it's good for
most of
you.
them are just I'm just
Yeah.
repeating myself, and it's the same people just coming up and they'll be like, oh, but this, oh, and you're
Do
doing
you know?
this
Do
wrong,
you
and
know? What I
oh,
feel
you
like it is. Do I feel like it is with you? You're like me. You're such a nice person. I think me and you, people ask, we want to respond to everybody. I feel the pressure. I'm sure you're the same. I feel the pressure to
yeah,
respond to everybody, even the
yeah,
people that
man.
ask the same questions that are not. They're not going on their
Mm,
journeys. They're stuck in the same rut, asking the same stupid questions. But we feel response. We have to respond to them. But are we helping them? It's dragging you down, right? It's draining your energy, your life force
yeah,
energy,
big
just
time.
constantly.
Yeah. I've thought now, is it really worth it? What's the point? You know what I mean?
Mm,
My videos are out there for people to view. They're not disappearing. So, like
yeah,
everything that I'm gonna say now is just a repeat of what I said before. So what is the point in putting myself through that? And it's such a pain, like uploading videos, tagging it, titling it. Takes so long. My internet connection here is really slow. So it's just everything about it's just a pain in my neck. There's no enjoyment I get from it. So I've just been like, it's not worth it. What's the
I
point in
understand
it?
that, bro. But how about this? How about this? You excited about things you're learning yourself? Are you say you're repeating yourself. With me, I'm always learning new shit, and you are as well. Because
Yeah,
I talked to you about ozone. Have you tried the ozone and stuff? We always learn new stuff. So
yeah,
maybe we
man.
could
I
start
am,
like doing. Go on, man.
but I found that everything new that I learn, there's always another person saying, "Oh, that's pseudoscience rubbish." Why are you getting into that? Oh, blah 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 blah. This happened, or
Yeah,
someone died from doing this, or and I'm just like, here we go again. And I just can't be bothered. I
yeah,
want to be on the cutting edge, and I want to be bringing these new things to people, but I just can't be bothered with the ignorant people. Literally,
yeah,
that's put me off completely from even putting what I'm learning out there, because it's just bringing negative to me, and it's
yeah,
causing me stress, and stress is a killer, man. Stress is one
yeah,
of the biggest, like,
yeah,
it ages you, it depresses you, because I like to look on the bright side of everything. I like to think people might just get that little spark in their head if I open up to them and just be honest and compassionate, and but it's not the case. I've tried it.
no,
I've tried it for years and years, and it just comes back to bite you in the arse. If you open up, then it's horrible for me to say this, because I don't want people to close up. I want people to experience it for themselves. But what I've
yeah,
experienced is every time I open up, I get someone to
yeah.
stab me in the back. You know what I mean? So it feels like my best bet is just to close shop and just do what I'm doing and forget
Could well be,
about
bro.
stuff
Yeah. I mean,
and
your
forget
path,
about
right? You
other
know what
people.
you need. You know what you need, bro. You know what you need. You're high frequency for a tribe, and they're bringing you down. So you've got to do what you're going to do. And I full trust in your process, whatever you need to do. And like, if it means ignoring them and not answering their questions or going off for a while, so the people that are taking you for granted because you're always answering their questions, if they're taking you for granted. That's what happens when you turn up in someone's life and ask a question. So if you just go silent, then all of a sudden they're like, damn, you know what? That Shaun was really cool. I was really harsh and I was annoying him. They'll start appreciating you more, maybe. Yeah.
I've had quite a few be like, oh, where's your videos? Oh, when you coming back? What you doing?
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
just keep saying I'm just taking a break, and I am just taking a break. But I don't think, like, the longer I take a break, the more I think, do we even ever want to go back? I just feel like now I feel more free. I feel like I've got no connection, no ties to constantly upload videos and just talk about things where I know I'm just going to get hammered from the audience. The people are just going to hammer me on the comments. And
Yeah.
I just can't be bothered with that. And like I said, the longer I stay away, the more I feel like it's not for me. It's really I've tried it. I put it out there. And I just feel like I'm too sensitive. Like I
Mm.
don't seem like that sort of character in real life. If you meet me, I don't seem like I'm really sensitive. But things affect me like big time. And
Yeah. You're an empath, dude. You're a high
I try.
empath like me. I think we are high. We've got more mirror neurons. We're more sensitive than other people to environments and other people. Right? I really think that.
Yeah. I think everyone's got the potential, but it's just most people hide away from it. Most people
Yeah.
border it up, and It's the same reason for veganism. You know what I mean. Same reason why I would never kill another animal. Because now I know. Before I didn't know. Before I was ignorant to it. Before I didn't realize the pain and the suffering that I was causing from my choices. But now I
Yep.
know. And now I know how conscious animals are and how they think and breathe and feel and communicate with each other, and you see it in their eyes. You just look in their eyes, man, and you can see it. They're alive. They're conscious. They're just like us. Their body is more limited than ours, so obviously they can't interact like we do. But within them is it's exactly the same thing. It's a soul within them. And I believe that any one of us, when we leave this body, could come back in an animal body. So I
Okay.
don't feel like, yeah, this is what I believe. I don't feel like there's a divide there at all. The only divide, in my opinion, is the body itself. The body limits the spirit's ability to do whatever it needs to do in this reality. The human
Mm.
body is the highest potentially. You've got the highest potential to do whatever. You can create, you can do many things,
Mhm.
but in an animal body you're more limited because of
Yeah.
the because of the vessel. It's just a vessel. That's all
Yeah.
it is. It's not. It's just like a spacesuit.
Yeah, man.
If you go to a hypothetical another planet that doesn't exist, but if you go you've got a choice of two spacesuits. One is an animal spacesuit and you can do XXX, and the other is a human spacesuit and you can do, it's like an upgrade. It's like you, if you can
It is.
afford it, you can go into this one. So
Yeah.
that's just how I think anyway. So,
Yeah, you're right.
that's what I'm talking about by empathetic. Can't say it.
Mm.
Go on. What's the word?
Empathetic, empathetic, empathetic,
Empathetic.
empathic,
Yeah,
empathetic.
empathetic.
Yeah.
Um, Everyone's got that ability, but
Mm.
some people will just block it. They'll see
Yep.
animals being slaughtered and be like, yeah, but it has to happen because I have to eat animals. And they'll
Yep.
justify that to themselves. So then they put a block on their emotions. So their emotions are pushed down, and their ego is
Yep.
pushed up. So they're like, oh,
Yep.
I'm better than them. This is the law of nature. It's just the way things work. And they're constantly trying to convince themselves what they're doing is right, but deep down they know that they're taking away another life and it's not justified. So I
Yeah.
can
What's your
understand why
opinion,
there's a
bro?
lot
You
of
you
hate.
made one of your last videos you made was on the vegans going back to carnivore meat. What's
Mm,
your
mm.
opinion now of that situation? Why are they doing this? Why is there a flux? Is it just one guy that's Sparage? Is what's going on? Seems to be quite a lot of people
No,
promoting it now.
I don't think it is that one guy. I think there's a lot of people struggling on vegan diet, and I think
Mm.
that's it's nothing to hide, nothing to be afraid of. That this is going to happen. You've got a situation where most of the population have eaten meat and junk their whole lives, and now they're
Mm.
jumping into something that's a little bit more clean, and the body's getting a chance to get rid of some shit, and we're having detox symptoms, and people are afraid of this. They're running to the doctors. They're like, "What's wrong with me?" And doctors are like, "Oh, what do you eat? Oh, I'm vegan. Oh, that's the problem." And it's all over the media. You can buy into it if you want. You can buy into whatever you want, and if that clicks with you, if you're like, all right, it's because I'm vegan, that's why I'm sick. You go back to eating meat and you feel better. Fair enough. All right, if that works for you, then go ahead and do it. But
Mm.
what I'm saying is, if you look a bit deeper than what's on the surface, you can see what's happening, behind the scenes, sort of thing. You can see, like, in reality,
Mm.
you eating meat is further suppressing what we're coming out here. Because
Yep.
I have people saying to me all the time, like, oh, if you switch your diet and you feel like crap, then
Mm.
obviously something's wrong. And it seems to
Mm.
make sense. It seems to make sense that. But if you look at anything that you do to benefit your health,
Mm.
somewhere along the line, you're going to feel like crap. So if you run a marathon, if you exercise, I watch a lot of boxing. I'm into boxing. I love the way they train. I love the way they push their bodies to the limit, and duel against each other. This is something I've been into for a long time. Obviously,
Mm.
I look at this, and if you train like a boxer, and you push yourself to the limit, you're going to feel like crap. You're going to feel tired. You're going to look, you know, all sweaty and, you know, all these things, you know. So it's a shorter time period, but somewhere along the line, you felt like crap to improve your body. You know, so that's what people are not understanding. You've got to feel like crap to improve your body, you know, in the long run. If you get if you know what I mean.
No, I know this is the most basic rule of detox that people are not understanding. That technically, you're kind of saying that they're not understanding the process of detox. It's get worse because you've got toxins from your childhood, your poisons from your body that have to come out in the bloodstream. And when they come out, it's going to have to be like shit. You're just going to have to feel worse. But then on the other side is bliss. We know this, brother. We've been through the detox. We know there's bliss on the other side. There's happiness and joy when you take the poisons out. When you keep the poisons in, they're permeating a state of like diseases and aches and pains and all kinds of problems that it can cost them, mate. It's going to cost them. I really do believe this, you know.
Yeah, and it's a personal choice at the end of the day, you know. Who are we to tell anyone else what to do, you know? And I think we should. This is another thing why I just packed it in on YouTube as well, because I thought after making them 2 videos about the ex-vegans, I just thought if that's really what they want to do, then who am I to stand in their way? You know, if that, you know, who am I to say you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that? You know, back in the day, if someone told me you shouldn't do this, and even now, if people say you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, I'm like, who are you to tell me what to do? You know, this is my body. You know, this is my life. It's my experience. So it's my choice to do what I want to do. You know, and I feel like in the end, you know, when we've left this body, you know, then we'll be judged. You know, then we'll face the consequences. But I might be wrong. You know, no one really knows. So, but all I know is I feel bad for doing when I do things that I know are wrong.
That you know are bad, like for example, eating.
It's a feeling inside of me, you know, that I can't live with. I can't live with, you know, another death on my hands, because, you know, even now, especially now I know. Before then, you know, I was ignorant, so I could kind of like brush it away, you know, whatever. I didn't even think about it. But now I'm fully conscious that I know every slice of meat that goes on your plate came from a living animal, you know, and that living animal went through hell to get there, you know.
Yeah.
So if you can live with that, that's fine. You know, if you feel like that's your purpose, if you feel like your body is that of a carnivore, you know, I don't know how you can look in a mirror and you can see that, you know. It just baffles me. But that's another story, you know. It just baffles me. How can you look in the mirror and think that you're a carnivore? You know, it's just like, have you ever looked at a real carnivore? Have you ever looked at a real omnivore? You know, it just baffles me. But anyway, I don't want to get into that too much, because I know they're going to come up on here and start mouthing off again, you know. Oh,
indeed. I think we got some of your, you know, some of the comments. I don't recognize these people. Matthew W. Witten, he's watching. I don't know this guy. So there's a couple of your guys on here.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I can't see the comments. It's just on my phone, so I can see you and me. That's it.
Oh, do you want me to read out some of the comments? Are you cool? We just carry on. It's up to you, man. We can read out.
Yeah, man, why not? Yeah, read some comments if they're making comments. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, man. So that Matthew says, you know, well done, good on you, chaps. That seems like animals is not food. So most of the people on my thing know that meat is not good anyway. So they're not going to come on my threads and promote it. So they're all, you know, well done, boys. You know, for, you know, not eating meat. It's not food, man. We know this at the end of the day. And most of the people on our health communities and within mine, your followings and other people know this. If they want to, yeah, like I'm like you actually. I'm like you. I'm not gonna. I don't judge people too harshly on it. I'm not really militant, basically. I think it's not good, but at the same time, people can still get better, I guess, on a meat eating diet if they do a load of health shit. Like, I'm not gonna bash them. It's up to them at the end of the day. If they want to heal quicker, slower, whatever. You know, I think it slows down detox, and you know.
Yeah, I think it does, but some people feel like they're benefiting from it. You know, some people feel like they're healing from it. You know, and if they do feel like that, then carry on. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna tell you to do something that makes you feel like crap, because then it's on me. You know what I mean? This is why I've stopped giving advice to people as well, because they'll come back to me and like, oh, I feel like crap now. What do I do? You know, and I'll tell them, oh, you need to keep going. And they're like, no, I'm not going to keep going. You know, so it's kind of like you can't take my advice and only take it halfway and then come back to me and tell me you're not ready to carry on. You know, if you're gonna do it, you've got to go all in. you know, if you look at my videos, you can see I went all in, you know, all the way kind of thing.
Yes.
You know, even
Quick
now.
one. People might not
Yeah.
know that you've done. Some people on my group might know you've done 11 days hard dry fast. Before that, you've done
Mm,
40 days of water fast on spring water.
mm,
You've done a couple of cool
yeah,
lessons on that one about spring water, of it not
definitely.
being
Yeah,
so
yeah.
good, which is interesting. Hard dry
Hmm.
fast. I think you prepped for it, didn't you? You prepped for all these long hard dry fasts with mini ones. Am I
Yeah.
correct? When you did the
I did
prepping a bit,
two 7 day
mm.
dry fasts, two 7 day hard dry fasts.
Hard dry fast,
This is all.
7 days. Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Twice. This is all within a 3 month, or was it 6 month or 3 month? I have a 6 or 3
Whoa.
month period. So I did
Mm.
two 7 day hard dry fasts and one 11 day hard dry fast. And
Yep.
during that whole year, I didn't drink a single drop of water, you know, except from fruits and vegetables, basically.
Whoa.
So, I
That's what.
mean, this is another thing, you know, this is why
Mm.
I feel like I've been on the cutting edge for so long and I've been bringing these things to people. And all I get
Mm.
is backlash, you know, all I get is like, you're stupid, da, da. Even from the people who I thought were conscious, you know, even from the people who I followed,
Yep.
you know, and I looked up to, I
Mm.
respected, they came on and just bashed me, you know, and called me stupid and whatever, you know. I'm not the smartest, you know, I'm not intellectual. I'm not going to say
No.
I'm stupid. I've got a
No,
lot
you
of
know what
common
you are though.
sense.
You are someone that's got experience, real world experience over a doctor. You're one of the for me.
Yeah.
You're on the leading edge. You know you experiment with the vessel more than almost anybody I know on my Facebook, and I love a lot of people on my Facebook. But you are the one that I
Mm.
noticed. Your smart observations. You experiment on the vessel. When you experience subtleties of movement of state, you're like, oh, do you know what? Spring water. I'm starting to experience. Remember you did that. The spring water. You
Mm.
start getting acid. You said
Yeah.
acid on your tongue after
Salt. No,
36
it's
days of
salt. I
spring
could
water.
taste salt. Yeah, literally, I could taste the salt in the water, you know, the minerals in the water. And it became repulsive, you know, it was like 35, 36 days into a 40-day water fast, you know, and I'm like,
Yep.
shit, what do I do? You know, I can't drink water now, you know. This is before I even knew about dry fasting. And
Mm.
instinctively, I've just thought, you know what? I'm just not going to drink water because I can't stand the taste of it, you know. So I'm just going to carry on and not drink water. And I did that for the next 2 or 3 days. It got so
Yeah.
intense that I had to go back to the water. You know, the detox got so intense. Even
Mm.
after 35, 36 days, you know, I was just like, all right, maybe that wasn't a good idea. But then after maybe 2, 3 months after, I started hearing about the master fast system. I didn't even want to
Mm.
mention that, to be honest, because it's just a load of rubbish. But I
Some
was kind
puffs.
of
Yeah.
speaking out against it. Yeah, I was speaking out against it, and people were like, "Oh yeah, but I'm getting results," and I'm like, "Right, let me explain to you why you're getting results." And I can see
Yep.
why you're getting results is from the fasting, you know, is the first one, and from
Yep.
removing all the crap out of your diet is the second one, you know, and from the herbs
Thank
as
you.
well is the third one. You know, so it's
Yep.
not because you're drinking cooked grape juice. That's not the reason you're getting benefit. You know, it's because you've
Exactly.
removed all the other stuff and you're fasting as well and you're eating less, you know, and
Yep.
you're just generally looking after your health. So obviously you're going to get results no matter what you do, you know. So that's what got me into dry fasting. So I was like, all right, these people are getting results and they're dry fasting, you know, they're not using water. So let me
Yep.
let me experiment with this. So that's when I stopped drinking water
Mm.
completely, you know, and I thought, right. And the first couple of months I did that, I was constantly dry mouth, you know, constantly. And what it did actually, before that, I was eating a lot of cooked food. And
Mm.
what it did for me is steered me in the direction where I needed to go, basically. You know, it steered me towards raw food because that's all I
Mm.
craved. I didn't want anything that would void of water because I weren't drinking any additional water. So I wanted everything that I ate to hydrate me. And that's what I did, you know. So it was like kind of like I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, how do you make the step between cooked and raw?" You know, I've been trying for a long time, and I'd also been trying for a long time. You know, and I'd have long periods where I went raw for like 2 or 3 months, and then I go back to cooked. But it
Mm.
wasn't until I removed the water, and then I
Oh.
was just like,
Okay.
all I desire is raw
Yeah.
food now. You know, I don't want
You
anything. I
stop.
don't even
Stop
want
the spring water. You stop the spring water. Then that's it. It just it changed for you.
exactly, exactly,
Huh.
yeah. Not only the spring water, I stopped all water. You know, except from
Oh. Yeah.
the one from food. Yeah, except
Okay.
from
Huh.
except from water from food. But
Fruits and
now
stuff. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do drink distilled water, you know, and obviously urine as well. And
Yeah. You're into urine therapy
obviously,
now. Yeah. Yeah. Which is good.
yeah, man, yeah, man, I'm into that. And you know, this is another thing. You know, it was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back for me. You know,
Mm.
I got a lot of backlash for coming out and saying, you know,
Yeah.
telling people what I was doing about that. You know, I'm
I
sure
was there.
everyone
Yeah.
does, but before that, I'd had a lot of backlash for stopping drinking water, you know, and promoting that and whatever, and dry fasting. And it was just like, right, how much of this backlash am I going to carry on taking? You know, constantly punishing myself every time I upgrade. You know, every time I implement something new that I've researched, you know, I'm punishing myself by publicizing it. You know, I give it to the public as a favor, you know, as saying, look, this is what I'm doing. You're asking me what I'm doing, you know, you want to know this is what I'm doing, and then boom, backlash, you know, and I'll just get punished, you know, by people
Can I
just,
ask a question? Do you have people come up to you and appreciate your work and compliment you and say, I'm actually learning from you? Do you get messages like that a lot? How often do you get them? You know, people saying,
not a
you know,
lot,
popping up in your message
not a
box,
lot, but
like
I do
saying,
get them.
not a lot. Hmm.
Yeah, not a lot, but I do get them. Yeah, I do get
You know,
them, and I
because
do
you do
appreciate
get them.
those.
I've got a theory on this, bro, because I don't get them a lot either. But you know, it's nice to know that we appreciate it and all the health worries are. But for every
Mm,
person that says thank you and compliments you and says, you know, you're doing a wonderful job, I'm learning from you, ask questions, I think there's 10
yeah.
others in the background that are silently watching. They're not hating, they're learning from you, but they're just
All
not,
right.
they've not got to that stage of like saying, oh, you know, complimenting you for whatever reason. They might be scared
Yeah.
about it. They might just not be their personality, but there are actually 10 more people for everyone. That's what I believe. Maybe that's delusional because I need to G
Yeah.
myself up too. But
No, I think that's probably true. But
mm,
in a way, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it to be like, oh, pat me on the back. You know, look how good I am. You know, everyone say, oh, well done. I don't want
yeah,
that. You know, I just want people to look and not be negative about it. You know, if you want to be negative
yeah,
about it, just either be constructive. You know, be constructive and be like, oh, I think maybe if you did this or if you did this, then I listen.
yeah,
But when you just purely just negative and uh, just throwing abuse at me, basically, that's what gets me down. You know, I'm
yeah,
just like, what's the point? You know, what these people are just not even
yeah,
bothered. They just want to abuse me. You know what I mean? So
yeah. I'll be honest.
I'd
When I
rather
saw your
people,
day
I'd rather
dry
people
fast,
stay silent than throw abuse. If you know what I mean?
yeah, man. When you did your 11-day hard dry fast, I noticed a lot of people giving you stick. Obviously, people like Shaun can't do it. It's dangerous. Even after you came out, you look unhealthy. That's the classic one. Shaun looks unhealthy. He's gonna die. Die. I'm worried for him. They're not worried about you,
Yeah,
bro. They're hating on you. You're thriving. You're
exactly.
fucking thriving.
That's what I
Like,
mean. Yeah, and that's another way that like I say, I'm not the smartest, I'm not the most intellectual, but these people are crafty. You know what I mean? And they
yeah,
come across as genuine. They come across as if they care. You know, they're like, this is how they, you know, they bring it to the people. They're like, oh yeah, I really care. You know, and I'm really concerned. Blah 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 blah. But in
yeah.
reality, they don't give a shit. You know, they just want to get views on their channel, or they just want to, you know, abuse you. I don't know what it is. You know, what's the motivation behind it? But it's
Oh, you've
definitely
got to
not
bring the
genuine.
mighty down. You've got to bring the mighty down. The weak and the meek have to bring the mighty down. They have to do it. It's part of their thing. They've got to. Have they been sent there to test us as well? I wonder sometimes. Are they sent there
I
to
do
test
wonder.
us and challenge us to grow even more? I don't know.
I wonder that too. Yeah, yeah, and I
Mm,
feel like, you know, because I do get in that mindset where like, right, these people are here for a reason. You know, they're here to test me. They're here to test
yeah,
my will to the
yeah,
limit. You know, and I feel like I've been telling myself that over and over and over and over. Oh, they're here for a reason. They're here for a reason. You know, and it's got to a stage where I'm thinking, what if they're not? You know, what if they're just dickheads? And you know, and I'm just putting up with it for no reason. You know, when I can just let it go. You know, so I've just
yeah,
thought, why don't I just try let it go? Just let it go and see what happens.
yeah.
And that's where I'm at. You know, with the videos, I've just thought, just let
No,
it go.
I
You
think
know,
that's.
what's
I
the point?
respect you for doing that. Go a bit silent. Let them realize what they've been missing out on and hating on or getting value from for a couple of months. And then, if you want, at some point, come back to them, or even go on a new outlet. Go on Facebook. Go on. There's social media. There's things you could probably build your own website at some point. I mean, what's your plans for the future, dude? Like, 'cause I think it's a waste for you to be doing a normal job. I think the same for me and a lot of other people I see on Facebook. It's a complete waste of our talents, like, and our gifts
Yeah, yeah. I'm with you.
in the
I'm
long
with
term.
you.
I
You
mean,
know,
like,
yeah, the long term. But I really want to set up a little place for myself, you know, where I can, you know, grow fruit. I can be self-sustainable. You know, I can live um, within the environment and you know, just do my own thing and maybe invite people there, you know, and allow them to come and get away from society, you know, and fast and do whatever they want to do. You know, I want to
yeah,
open a place like this. I want to bring a place like this, you know, and this is my dream. And I feel like I will get there one day, but
yeah, you
it
will.
seems like it's not happening.
We both will. Yeah.
Yeah, recently I've been saving up, you know, because when I first came to Hong Kong, I've been working. I went working for the first 3 months, and then after that, I've
Okay.
been working ever since. And for the first 3 months, our property that we were renting were like the rent were crazy high, you know, and that were all going on our borrowing the money from Suzanne basically. So I got myself into a lot of debt, you know, and I've paid that off now.
Cool.
But and the last 3 months, I've managed to save some money for the first time since I've been in Hong Kong. You know, it's almost 3 years now. Yeah. So and then we went to Vietnam, and I took the you know because I don't get paid in the bank anymore. I get paid cash. I get paid check, but then I change it into cash. And I took the whole wad of cash with me to Vietnam, and it got stolen out of my bag. Everything.
No way.
Everything that
Fucking hell, dude.
yeah,
When was this? A couple of months ago, you say?
last
Fuck.
month, yeah. Last month. So that's another kick in the teeth, you know. Just when you feel like you're getting ahead, everything disappears, and it
Dude,
just
I've
feels
fucking
like
got it.
my life is on that journey where I feel like I'm
Yeah,
just getting ahead. My head just coming above the water, and then
yeah.
someone stands on my head and I drowned again. You know,
I know
so
where you're coming from, bro. Like, I'd be in the
yeah,
same fucking position. I'd be so pissed off and thinking, universe, why are you testing me? Fuck off. Like, leave me alone for a
yeah,
second. Give me some slack, please. Don't
yeah, man.
fucking knock me down again.
Yeah, I just
You
feel
know?
like every moment, you know. But then again, I've kind of let it go now, you know, and I'm back saving up, but it is a big kick in the teeth, you know, because I were well ahead, you know. I was thinking, yeah, I'm cool, you know, I can maybe stop working Saturdays, you know, and have a long weekend now, and you know, and
Mm.
then all of a sudden, back to zero, you know, all gone.
Fucking hell, bro. That is fucking annoying as
So,
fuck. You know what I was thinking as well
yeah,
in my mind? I'd love to do something with you in the future, bro. Like me and Lee, Robert Mawson and Fabian and Upgrade Man, we've all got plans. Like, there's a lot of us in the UK. We want to start our own businesses, young men, like, and some are partners, some are like single, like me, and fucking, we want to do shit, man. We just need to pull together. We're UK crew. You're UK crew like us. We should do something all together, man. Like next year, I'm
yeah,
gonna go big on the money. Like, I'm gonna make my money next year and still get out of the system. So that's my plan for the entire next year. Focus, keep going, health, make money, help people, go and visit them in the UK, see if I can make money that way with my
mm,
therapies and what I know, give them my
mm,
gift. But you know, we got to do something together, bro. I fucking love to be with you, like working together in the future.
definitely,
I think we
definitely.
will in the future, for real.
I tell you what, Harry, you know, one of the only reasons I keep going back to social media is from people like you know, because
Oh,
I
good.
look at social media and I just see repeat, repeat, repeat. But then I look at your page and a few others and I'm like, wow, this is new. You know, this is exciting me again. You know, I feel like I've got that buzz back. You know, and I feel like, you know, there's more to learn. But before
Yes.
you came on the scene and before a few others came on the scene, or before my attention got diverted towards you and a few others, I
Mm.
was just like, it's just the same. You know, everything's just the same. They
Yep.
just repeat, repeat. You know, a lot of these people have not experienced what they're talking about. They're just talking from, you know, from what they've heard, you know, and it's kind of
Yep.
off-putting. It's off-putting to me, and I can see it's off-putting to a lot of other people that are tuning in, you know.
Yep.
So it's good
Yeah.
to see, like
Yeah.
like people like you who are experienced, you know, and doing what they're talking about, you know what I mean, and getting results. So
Appreciate it, brother. Yeah,
exciting stuff,
you know
man.
what's big as well. Do you know what's big, mate? Like, I'm finding from this year. Last year I met nobody. 2017. This year I met a shit ton of people in real life, and it's so magical to meet up with your family, not on Facebook. And you know, talking's one thing on Facebook, me and you and this. But if meeting up in real life, bro, it really does encourage you. We start getting ideas. We start banging off like, I'm going to do this. We're going to do this together. And do you know what? These ideas are applying when we meet each other. Next couple of years, 10 years, 20 years, that's going to happen. That's going to manifest because we're just getting
Yeah,
excited and raise our vibration, meeting up with each other. You know, it really does. Like, it becomes real. All this talk on Facebook sometimes can feel fake. I'm with you. It can feel fake sometimes. But when you meet up in real life and we start doing shit and taking action as much as possible, like, it becomes real, bro. It becomes fucking real.
mm, mm. Definitely, definitely. I think, you know, real interaction. There's no replacement. You know,
Yeah.
even like this, you know, there's no replacement for real life interaction. I feel
Yeah.
like I'm deserted out here in Hong Kong. You know, it does
I
feel
feel like that for you
like
as well,
nobody.
bro. I feel like that you know that you need people because you're a fucking warrior, but even warriors need G'ing up. Like you're saying, you're going through a rough time. Everyone needs G'ing up, but at some point you need some kind of you need like I don't know. I need it as well, man. And I'm disciplined. I'm disciplined as fuck. When I go meet people, I stay by myself, surrounded by normal people, normal friends, and normal you know matrix people. I get low, bro.
Mm.
I get fucking low. I
Yeah,
get lonely and like it's hard for real.
it puts me off people altogether. You know, like being around mass populations, people that
Yeah.
mostly don't. don't speak my language, can't understand what I'm saying. Even if they could, they wouldn't understand where I'm coming from. You know, it does feel lonely. You know, so many people around, but not one understands what I'm saying or where I'm coming from. You know, so it does feel isolating, and it kind of puts you off people. You know, you just want to be on your own. You know, and a lot of time
Yeah.
I'm just happier on my own. You know, I spend most of my
Yeah.
time alone, to be honest. So,
And then you
but
think that
even
everyone
in
else is,
England,
because you realize that everyone else is not like you. We are. There's a lot of us, but we are like pockets of resistance amongst people that are just asleep and unhealthy and don't care about the things we care about, which is raising our vibration. If me and you had to sum up what it's all about, it's just raising our vibration, becoming the best versions of ourselves, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And other people don't care about it, and it's hard to like. It's hard when you think about it. Like other people don't care about that things about what you should care about, which is becoming happier and healthier. People don't care about that. Fuck you know, man. It weirds me out sometimes. It really does.
yeah, man. And I've been through that, you know, and I've been through that. I was so passionate when I first started learning about it, you know, telling all my family and be like, look, we can do
Yeah.
this, and you know, reverse illnesses and change our lives, and this is happening behind the scenes, you know, all the governments are, you know, conspiring and you know, making our lives more miserable when it don't have to be. You know, we can do this and this, and we can change it. And they're like, oh yeah, whatever, you know, like they're just not interested. You know what I mean? People are just
Yeah.
like blasé about everything. You know, there's no fight within them. You know, there's no fire inside them. You know, and that just pushed me away to, you know, like I say, it just pushed me away. Like even in England, I spent a lot of time on my own. You know, just maybe go out, exercise, run around. You know, go in the park on my own, lay in the sun. You know, come back, look on a computer, you watch YouTube videos, and then go to work, and then, you know, maybe talk to people at work. They'll be like, oh yeah, whatever, you know, he's crazy, you know, just talks
It's
about
a
all this
pizza.
shit, you know,
Mm.
just isolates you even more. You know, every time you have interaction with people, even though it's rare, they just they just push you away. So just like, why am I doing it to
Yep.
myself? The same thing with YouTube. I'm like, why am I doing it to myself? You know, I've realized like all I need to do is just step away from people and stop broadcasting myself, and then I don't get none of this
Yep.
backlash. You know, but it's a sad
Yep.
place to be, isn't it? It's a sad place that I have to be on my own. You know, that I have to,
Yeah.
you know, I have to
Do you
reject
know how I'm
everybody
thinking
else.
now? Do you know I'm thinking now how you're saying it? I'm thinking like it's a necessary part of the warrior's journey, the hero's journey you've taken on, me and you've undertaken. A necessary component of that is we have to isolate ourselves and realize that it's not them against us, but it is. That's part of the journey. You have to get to this mentality of they are in this different mindset and can't be around that frequency because I don't want to pick up their vibration. I don't want them to lower me. If they're going to try and hack me down, too many of them, it's going to have an influence on your mind. Everyone you talk to, everyone you interact with on your YouTube comments is negative. Everyone you know that's saying shit, asking questions, not developing, it's attack on your soul, and you've got to protect your consciousness at times. You can't let it all in and be nice and empathetic like me and you and just like answer everybody sincerely and tell them, you know, you need to step up. And then 2 months later, the same person has not stepped up at all, and they're asking you the same question, and you know in your heart they've not listened to your advice 2 months ago, and then you're like, that disheartens you. It disheartens me when people don't listen, but what can I do?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I remember I used to get long emails from people, and I used to spend a lot of time reading through them and replying back to every question they asked, and maybe ask 20 questions in one email. And
Shit.
then
Okay.
and
Yeah.
and then I'll reply back, and they'll be like, oh, thanks for the reply, blah 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 blah. And then maybe a month or two later, they'll send me another email, and it'll be the same
Yeah.
things over. You know, they'll be like, oh, are you sure about this? Are you sure that this is it? Are you sure this is it?
Yeah.
You know, and at first I'll reply and be like, yeah, 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 this is all cool. You know, this is what I'm doing. You know, just keep going, and you know, you got to be consistent. You've got to be, you know, constant, and it's kind of repeat, repeat, repeat. You know what I mean? I just feel like Groundhog
That's why they're
Day.
not
You
you
know?
though, bro. That's why they're not you. That's why they're not you and me. That's why they're not us, because they keep not developing. That's why they're not them. That's why they're not the warrior. I mean, I'm not judging, but I'm not really judging them. Do you know what I think the ultimate goal is? Yeah, this is the ultimate goal. I'm not there yet. My goal, one of my goals, many goals, is to accept people exactly as they are. So if they want, I give people what they want, bro, because I'm empathetic like you. So if people want me to laugh at their jokes, I'll try and laugh at their jokes, not in a needy way, just in a sincere way. If they want to feel better than me, I'll let them. I'll give them that. I'll give them feeling better than me, as long as it doesn't affect me too much. If they want to share stories with me, I'll let them share the stories with me. If they want me to talk, I'll do the talking and listen. I'm developing myself into a character that I give everybody what they want, and sometimes that doesn't involve them development. I can tell when people aren't going to develop. You can tell too. You can tell when someone doesn't want to develop their personality, isn't going to develop into a health warrior. Is just you can tell, and I just give them what they want in those moments. And I'm getting better at it, but I'm not perfect. I'm still a young man. I've got a long way to go. But that's my goal really, to give people in every walk of life, anyone I meet, from a stranger to a friend to a soul family, and for soul family, I'll give them what they need in terms of learning. People at soul family, I'll give them the learning shit. I'll give them, they'll recognize that they can learn from me, so I'll give them that, and I can learn from them. But if it's not my soul family, I won't give them information. I won't bore them with, let them think I'm crazy by talking to them about urine therapy. I'll just let them be. I'll just give them what they want. If they want to see me as a son, a normal son that's a fucking weirdo, I'll give them that. Whatever. If I'm a crazy person to somebody, I'll give them that. Let them just, don't really care, man. I say that, but
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's easier said than done, isn't it? Because you've got your own pride at stake as well, and sometimes that comes into play, depending on how you feel in the day, depending on what interactions you've had throughout that day. You might have been pushed around a little bit in the tube, in the underground station. Someone might have shut the door in your face, and then all of a sudden someone comes up to in the street and they're like, "Oh, I know you are, and you're doing this and this and this. Oh, you're wrong," and then depending on what you feel like at that time is what you're gonna interact with them like. You know what I mean? It's like, are you feeling
yeah,
good? Are you feeling relaxed? Are you feeling confident? If you are, then maybe you can just allow them to be the hater and brush them off. But are you feeling insecure? Are you feeling a bit tight inside? Are you feeling stressed? Then if you are, and someone comes trying to attack you, then
yeah,
obviously that's going to be a completely different interaction. You might do something that you wouldn't want to do. You might say something that you wouldn't want to say. And these things all reflect upon you. And I don't know. It's just like one thing after another. It's like a constant test.
yeah.
And sometimes it feels like it's easier just to
To not do
stop.
anything, to give up, in
Stop.
it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, stop,
Not
yeah,
give up,
yeah.
but just like, well, yeah, I suppose it is give up in it. But depends
Temporarily,
which way
not
you look
ever.
at it again. Yeah, it depends which way you look at it. Are you giving up, or are you just doing something that
Different.
seems to be the right thing to do because it's the less restriction, the path of less restriction. There's a saying, isn't there? Like a quote or
Path of
something.
less resistance, least resistance,
Yeah,
the path of
resistance.
the
That's the
road
one.
less
Say the
traveled.
path of less resistance. Are you doing that? Or are you giving up? Which perspective you want to look at it from? So
I
I
don't
don't.
think people like you can give up, bro. I think this is how I see it. I see that you're on a divine mission. You've been sent here, in my opinion, to help a lot of people and to be a bit more than a mediocre, to be a fucking warrior. So therefore, for my opinion, whatever you do in this situation, do what's best, and you will do it eventually. I mean, you've got time as well. The universe is not rushing you as clearly. The universe is going like, okay, chill out, Sean. You've taken a couple of months off. Do whatever you need to do, regroup. But your mindset's already there. It's all about the mind. We talked about this on the last one I did with you. People have the wrong mindset. It's not health. It's not just physical health. You can do a lot for physical health, but I know people that mentally and emotionally don't have the mindset of a warrior. They don't. They don't have the mental. They don't have the right thinking, bro. And that's not always to do with physical health. It's to do with emotional health and looking at the world the right way, the exact way that you look at the world, right? Because you look at the world right, like you're a fucking warrior. You know that you're going places. You know what works. You test your body out. Your mindset's right. But a lot of ordinary people, they might do physical health, but their mindset is completely wrong, man. It's not there, for whatever reason.
Mm. Yeah, I get you, man. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. But
Mm,
it's been a long time. It's been like 5 years. I've been pumping these videos out and
yeah.
and speaking about this stuff. So you know, yeah,
Mm.
I feel like I'm ready for a break. Just take a back seat and see what else
Mate,
happens. See what comes
you do
up.
what you want. But let's try this a little bit because you've got good knowledge, bro. Let's tap into some knowledge stuff. So, what's your
Hmm.
opinion on urine therapy? How are you messing about urine therapy these days? Because I know you don't think you do aged, right? You just do fresh urine. Is that correct? Or
A little
you
bit,
start?
aged, but I don't have the facilities to store it at the moment. It's still in the same place where I was last time we spoke on
Yeah.
that. But yeah, I do it in an eyedropper and
Oh,
an eardropper as well.
yeah.
And I use fresh on my skin. I don't really ingest it that much anymore because the taste is just I can't stand it, to be honest.
Is it
But
acidy? Is
yeah,
it like a dirty lemon, like a gone off lemon? Is that what it's tasting?
nah, it's more like rubber. It's more like burnt rubber.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's not nice. it's just yeah, it's hard. It's hard to get it down. It's hard to get it down.
Hmm.
So I use it topically, and I use it
Hmm.
in an eyedropper and an eardropper, and I do drop it under my tongue as well. The age stuff, but that's it
Yeah.
really. And, yeah.
You hold it under the tongue or just drop it? You drink dropping it and drinking it or holding it under there? Because holding it's like a
No,
bit
hold it
more
under there.
hits.
Yeah, just drop it,
Okay.
maybe 10 drops, and then just hold it under there. Just before I go to bed.
Sweet, bro. Yeah, the quick one for people that don't know. It's sublingually. It's getting it directly into the bloodstream, the venous bloodstream, without going through the liver. So anything
Mm.
topically or sublingually is just bypassing the liver detoxification, going straight into the venous blood circulation, which is something that's very powerful, as opposed to just drinking it, which is
Same
also
thing through the
powerful.
eyes as well. Same thing through
Mm.
the eyes as well. Yeah.
Is it what?
So I
Through
do
the
it
eyes go straight into the bloodstream? Is it?
into the bloodstream. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, whoa! Didn't know that. Nice information. Cool, man. Yeah. Huh.
I do. That's why I do it. I do it through the ears, the eyes, and under the tongue before I go to bed.
Oh, before you go to bed
I
as
did
well.
try snorting it. I did try snorting it as well, but again, the
Mm.
taste in the back of the throat is just unbearable.
Nasty. Yeah. How about fresh though? Fresh urine up the nose would still be good though. Fresh urine would be all right, I guess, wouldn't it?
Oh,
Fresh. Was it
both
fresh?
fresh and aged,
Oh,
both fresh and aged. Yeah, the taste
all right.
is yeah, shocking, man.
Fucking hell.
I can't describe it, man. But it's so bad. It's so bad. Uh,
Yeah, man. You drinking it as well? Just so you're doing loads. Topically, ears, and that's more than me sometimes actually. So sublingually, ears, nose, topically on your face and your whole body. Surely not the whole body, because
yeah,
that take a long time, innit?
yeah, whole body,
The
yeah,
whole body
whole body. Yeah.
takes a long time.
In the shower, I'll just pour it straight over me. Massage it all in, and
Hmm.
then yeah, that's it.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. So you reckon? Okay, remember me and you were on this mission, weren't we, a while ago? We haven't got there yet, both of us, I don't think. Which is better? Which is more powerful? Dry fasting, hard dry fasting, not soft dry fasting, versus
Mm.
aged urine. What's your opinion? Have
Yeah.
you updated your thoughts on this one? And go for it.
Well, I think they go hand in hand. I don't think we can put a winner. I think they go hand in hand.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
one is as powerful as the other. Like even now, I dry fast, but like I were due to make it. I were due to do another long fast at the end of this year, like I did at
Mm,
the end of last year.
mm,
But again, I thought, am I doing this because I want to do it, or am I doing this because my audience wants to see it? So we're going back to
yeah.
YouTube. So I was thinking, like, how many things have I done that I want to do, or and how many things that I've done that I think my audience have wanted me to do? So and I look back
Mm,
in my videos and I was thinking, yeah, maybe I've been pushed in the wrong direction, like from what people want to see. When I first started out, I started talking about so many different topics, but only a few videos got a few views. So then I cancelled all them other topics and concentrated on a few other things that were getting views, and then I focused on them,
mm,
and left the others behind. And
mm.
that's kind of not me, That's kind of like deleting part of my mind, and just focusing on
Yeah.
one thing. And that's why I've got bored with this one thing, because it's just been constant over and over. So I like the variety, and I like the fact that I can now just do what I feel like I need to do. Like if I need to fast, then I'll fast. If I don't want to
For you.
fast, then
Yeah.
I'm not going to fast. So right now, every day I fast around about 23, 22 hours. Sometimes
20.
24.
So what? Are you
Yeah,
eating
every
one meal a
day.
day then, bro? One meal a day then it
Yeah,
must be. Are you doing one meal a day?
yeah, one meal every day. Yeah. So at work, this is a big one for me, because at work I've always felt like I needed to eat at lunchtime, and for the past I don't know, maybe 3 months, 4 months, something like that, I've not eaten a single thing at work, as well as not drunk anything at work. So it's complete dry fast up until I get home around about 6 o'clock, and then I'll have one meal,
And
and
just so
then
people
I'll
know,
go.
you're doing work as you're doing physical manual labor, aren't you? As well, when you're
Yeah,
working,
I'm a
you're
tree
doing like
surgeon.
tree
I'm a tree surgeon, man.
tree
I climb
surgery.
trees.
Yeah.
We fell huge trees. I'm lifting huge heavy logs. I'm using chainsaws. It's heavy labor, man. It's heavy labor, but it's skilled labor as well. You've got to be sharp in the mind, and you've got to be strong in the
Yeah.
body. So I can't be subpar and go into this job and think that I'm gonna perform, because it's not gonna
The
happen. You know
energy.
what I mean? So this is why I've been so reluctant to dry fast throughout the day and eat the one
Mm,
meal at night. But now I've
mm,
tested it a little bit, just eating less and less and less and less. and got to a stage where I thought, right, I don't need to eat, at work, I don't need to drink at work. And even though I'm sweating, it's Hong Kong. Like now it's cold, this is why I've got a jumper on. It's cold, well, cold, 11 degrees Celsius, this is about as cold as it's going to get. But it feels freezing compared to 36 degrees, So because it's winter now, so the temperature drops down quite a lot. But
Yeah.
during the day, it's still hot, and you're working in physical labor. I'm fully kitted up. I've got helmet on, I've got trousers on. I'm climbing up trees, and I'm sweating profusely, but I'm not drinking anything. I don't feel like I need to drink, and
Yeah.
I'm not eating anything, and I don't feel like I need to eat. Sometimes I have a little nap at lunchtime. Everyone goes for their dinner, and I have a little nap in the van, and I get out, and I'm good to go again. And I felt like this has been
Sweating,
an
manual labor. If you're using energy, you're using your body's energy physically, you're sweating and you're dry fasting pretty much the entire day during your work and you still feel fine from what you're saying, right?
yeah. I mean, I feel all right. I don't feel like I can maybe run a marathon, but I think my muscle
No, no.
memory has got to a stage where, I can physically do my job now on autopilot kind of thing. I don't really need the fuel during the day to give me energy. I can get that energy from the sun. I can get that energy from deep breathing, and and when I get home, and then I can eat a meal and then feel satisfied, and then get in a shower and go to bed and start all over again. And I do it 6 days a week, and yeah, it's working well. I feel like that long period in between meals is, I feel like it's essential now. I do honestly feel like it's a key to successful digestion. My digestion now is so good. I don't want to get too graphic, but when you go to the toilet and you see long firm shits coming down, something's good, and everything's mashed up in there. It's not runny, it's not all scattered, it's not hard blobs. It's just one solid smooth log, and it's coming out, and it makes sense because you're eating one meal and you're having 22 to 24 hours to digest that meal. And when it's coming out,
Yep.
it's coming out perfectly digested. Your body's getting everything it needed from it, and jobs are good. And I just feel like it makes sense. It makes so much
Yeah.
sense now to do that.
I mean, I'm and Russ talked about it. I'm on 1 meal a day for a while now. I get so much energy. I'm dry fasting 20 hours a day, 21 hours, getting my urine in after the foods. It's amazing. I do have a quick question. Shaun put a question. I'm quite interested as well. Like, what do you eat? What do 1 meal a day consist of? You were fruits before. I don't know if you're still 100% fruits or you're eating
Nah,
cooked food
I've
again. I
been,
don't know, bro.
to be honest, I've been switching it up, and I use a lot of herbs now. Hell of a lot of herbs.
Mm.
I've been taking advantage of my location in China. It's well known for herbal medicine. And I've been ordering a lot of ginseng from China, and I've also been ordering a lot of different herbs. As well as that, I've been eating a bit of cooked food. I've not been on the raw as much. I've been eating nuts, seeds, all plant foods. Just a wider variety of plant foods, but still a fair bit of fruit. In my meal, I'll have maybe 3 meals within one. So I'll have a fruit meal. I'll maybe have like a side salad, a few greens and herbs like raw, and then maybe a bit of rice and a few cooked greens on top of that, or something like that. Just simple food, but it's enough, for me.
Yeah. Do you eat quite a big meal? It's quite big, that sound, because I eat quite a big OMAD quite times.
Fairly
I
big.
think I can get away with
Yeah,
it.
it's
Like,
fairly big. Yeah, it's fairly big. I'm full after it. I feel full and I feel
yeah.
satisfied, and I feel like I don't want to eat anymore. Sometimes I'll have a smoothie where I'll put I've been using medicinal mushrooms, so like chaga, chaga.
Chaga, yeah, chaga mushrooms, yeah.
Yeah,
Reishi
yeah.
chagas, that is.
Chaga,
Yeah.
reishi, what's the other one? Um, lion's
Lollipops,
mane. Lion's mane is a
lion's
good
mane.
one, yeah.
Oh, lion's mane, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, all powdered forms. So I'll throw them in a smoothie, and I'll put some like raw apple juice in there, mix it up, and then down that. Even that is filling on its own, and then I'll have maybe a bunch of grapes or a couple of mangoes or maybe a couple of apples or something like that, and then I'll have like a bowl of rice and some cooked greens, and then like a side salad after, like just a few lettuce leaves with a bit of tomatoes and some other things on like that. Yeah. So nothing complicated, nothing complex, but it's not what I was eating before. Before I was eating just pure fruits, but it's very expensive to do that, here in Hong Kong, and also
Mm.
I found that because I can't get organic fruits, the pesticides of, this is something that's come back for me actually. Oh, that's a thing what I wanted to talk about. The pesticides in fruits and vegetables that are not organic have a serious effect on your health, and I've noticed that since I've been eating less fruits, I've been eating more. All the vegetables I get are organic, and the rice I get is organic. Only the fruits I can't get organic. Sometimes I get some organic apples, but apart from that, I can't really get much organic fruits here. And I've noticed a difference. I feel like, I feel like the pesticides have been a big problem for me.
Interesting observation. I
So
trust you on that one. So you reckon pesticides, if it's having a problem for you, it's probably having a problem for everybody. So it's a subtle thing that you're noticing. Pesticides are affecting your mood. Is it your body, the mood, everything, right?
Mainly recovery time and the general feel of myself. The way I feel. Do I feel heavy today? Do I feel lethargic? And are my muscles aching? From the day before, have I fully recovered? And since I've cut the pesticide intake down, I feel like my recovery times are better. I feel like I feel lighter. My general mood is better. Yeah, I feel the difference. I do feel the difference. And I feel like there's been a lot of toxins in my life throughout my life that needed to come out. And before I came to Hong Kong, I worked in London. Before I came to London, I worked in Sheffield. And in Sheffield, I worked in a job. Do you know something called Japanese knotweed?
I've heard of it. Is that a
Japanese,
seaweed kind of thing?
no, it's not a seaweed. Japanese knotweed is it's an invasive species in UK. Basically, it grows on the side of rivers and things like that, and it just takes over the whole place. It just grows in and just kills off all the other plant life and things like that. So my job when I was in Sheffield were to eradicate this species, and it's very difficult to get rid of because if you leave one single trace of it in the soil, it'll grow back, even like a millimeter piece of root. So what we had to do is fill up injection guns with pesticide, Roundup pesticide. We had to wear full hazmat suits. Yeah, full hazmat suits. We had to inject every single stem, and it grows in like, I can't compare it. Like rhubarb. If you look at rhubarb, it grows like that, but just masses for miles and miles and miles. And you have to inject every single stem. And most of the time, all that pesticide, because we'd be crawling about in the thing, and it was the middle of the summer as well. We were in full gear. So we were sweating, and the pesticide were pouring out of the top of the injection gun, and pouring down your sleeve, and you get back home, and because you put blue dye inside the pesticide, so you can see where you've been, which stems you've injected. My arms would be covered in blue dye, which were also pesticide because it were mixed together. My body, you covered in blue dye, so I was absorbing all this. And at the time, I weren't really into health that much, and we were told that it's completely safe, it's completely, even a man who made Roundup, he's got his young daughter to drink some apparently. And as a publicity stunt to say, look how safe it is, now it's coming out, only recently, was it this year or last year? One guy has sued Monsanto, who makes Roundup, saying that he got cancer from using it, basically, from persistent use, a farmer. And he won the trial, so now it's all coming out that this is not safe, and it's a killer, and it causes cancer. And this is, I mean, I'm talking every day, on a daily basis, I'd be covered in this stuff from head to toe, So this is the type of background that I've come from, so much toxins, not just from food and drugs that I used to take, but from my workplace as well, like there's just so much.
Your body has been
inside.
bombarded. I didn't know that story, bro. I knew about your alcohol and problems and drugs, but I didn't know about this Roundup. But if you look at it totally, your body's been attacked from all kinds of angles. Do you think that it's all gone out your system now? I mean, you've done a lot of work, way more than anyone would ever do in their entire lives, on health and things. Do you think there's still some left in your system to heal? Do you still think like there's a lot of healing? Because I've got a lot of healing to do. I know
it can't be all gone, because if it were all gone, then I wouldn't have any ailments left. I wouldn't have any ailments. All the things that I set out to heal would have healed, and they haven't. So it's still there. Whatever's in there is still there. You know,
Yeah.
I'll tell you another story as well that I've been through. You know, that I put myself through. You know, like medical trials for pharmaceutical drugs. I used to go on them. You know,
Yeah.
just because. Yeah, seriously.
The money.
I
The money.
Yeah, the money. You know, money motivated me so much. You know, it still does. Money motivates me. You know, but even more so back then. You know, I've done so many strange and unusual and unhealthy and bad things for money in the past, and that was one of them. You know, I used to go on medical trials. I used to take pharmaceutical drugs, experimental
Shit.
pharmaceutical drugs, and
Yeah.
you know, I used to stay in these places for 2 3 weeks, and then I come out at the end with a couple of grand in a check, you know, and then cash a check, and then yeah, so all these things have added together. You know, we're talking about a lifetime, a serious toxification. You know, like when I used to take drugs, you know, and when I used to drink, I didn't used to do it like, oh, just a sip or just one or two. I used to go full. You know what type of person I am. If I'm doing something, I'm going full. You know, and that's what I
Mm.
did. So this is what I've been trying to get across to everybody. Like it's all like, but only recently these things are being re-triggered. Like with the pesticides, I'm thinking, wait a minute, pesticides, fucking hell. I used them like when I was working for like 2 or 3 years. You know, I used to get covered in the stuff, and now this guy's
Yeah.
coming out and saying, you know, it causes cancer and what. So, you know, things get triggered in my mind, you know, and I think back to my past and I think, oh my God, what have I been through? You know, like it's no wonder that I'm still struggling. It's no wonder that I'm still here on this path, you know, and it gets you down even more when people are looking. When
Yeah.
this is why I find it hard to speak what I'm thinking. You know,
Mm.
there's some kind of disconnection there. You know, I think
Mm.
something, but when it comes out of my mouth, it doesn't sound the same as when I thought about it. You know, so I
Yeah.
find it hard to explain it to people so people can understand where I'm coming from. And this is why I
Yes.
try so hard with the speaking. You know, but I've never been a good speaker. But
Mm.
all these things have added to that. You know, all these things have made me worse. You know, so
Yeah.
over the time when I'm undoing that, I'm getting better at speaking. You know, I'm getting better at explaining what I really want to explain. You know, and what I want to come out of my mouth,
Yeah.
sort of thing. But
Yeah.
it's a long road. It's a long road. So
It is.
yeah, I don't think I've done all the work I need to do. You know, and this is another thing that's disheartening because
Mm.
people are coming to me and be like, mate, you've been doing this all this time and you've not even fixed anything. And I'm like, yeah, you're right.
All
You're
right.
right.
Mm.
You are right. You know, and what can I say to that?
I
You know,
think
I
they're
can't say,
wrong to a
oh
little
yeah,
bit because I think no, it's not about like have you fixed yourself
well,
completely. It's like
yeah,
where you started from and have you improved your vessel compared to you.
exactly.
You have improved your
Massively,
vessel way more than
massively
they'll ever do.
improved.
Like
Yeah, massively improved. Like my mental state is the one that I noticed the most. You know, coming
yes,
from where I came from, you know, mentally I was so unstable. Like seriously, you know, people will say that even now I'm unstable mentally. You know, I get comments on my YouTube, oh,
mm.
psychopath, or you know, crazy, you know,
Psychopath.
all these things. And yeah, seriously, you
That's
know,
it.
and this is the type of comments that I have to look at, and you know, I'll just be going about my day, and then my phone will bleep, and I look, and it'll just say comment, oh, psychopath. You know, and it's like,
Wow.
come on, man. You know, so this is why I've been pushed away from YouTube because I'm just like, this is all I get from it. You know, like even the good comments, or I might get 10 good comments that day, and then that
You
one
forget
bad
about them.
one, it's just kind of like
Yeah.
that sticks in your
That's
head.
human nature.
All the
We're
good,
talking about human nature, though. That's the thing. We're all conditioned to like focus on the negative. You know, the lion situation, like the worry. But I think with practice, me and you can get better at this. We can stop focusing on the one bad. I'm really bad at this as well, mate. Like what happens is I'll ignore the people because you get used to compliments sometimes. You get used to people being nice to you and saying nice things. But what you
yeah,
don't get used to, what hurts the ego a little bit, is when someone pops up with a new insult or trying to lower your or not understand you. They don't understand what you're doing, your journey, and that's frustrating at times. And that's what I focus on sometimes too much. But I'm trying to get better at it. I'm trying to focus on the positive and not ignore the people that are kind and understand your journey and support you. But it's hard. It's really fucking
yeah,
hard.
it is hard, man. It's hard, and it's disheartening. Like I say, it's disheartening when I've not got the results to say, "Bam, in your face, look at this." I have got the results internally. You know, I feel them, and you know, I can see them myself. But it's hard to say the subtle changes. You know, and they're saying, "So what? So what has it improved? So what have you had? You know, so what's happened? You know?" And I'm
Exactly.
like, "Oh well, my skin has got a little bit better. You know, and you know, I feel a
Yeah.
little bit better." And they're like, "Oh, nothing, and nothing. You've improved nothing." you know,
I hate that question.
these sort of changes,
Yeah.
they might sound subtle, but it's a big leap from where I were to where I am now. You know, I feel a much, you know, better inside, but I still feel like I'm not there. So, but you know, when people are grilling you and they want to know, like, and they're like, prove to me, you know, prove to me what you're doing is what I should do. And I'm like, I'm not telling you to do what I'm doing, you know, and you're putting me on the spot, like trying to make me prove myself, you know, and making me look stupid because I can't come up with something, you know. And it's true when they say, oh, you've done nothing, and I feel like, yeah, I've done nothing. That's it, you know. All this is wasted. Everything that I've done is for nothing, you know. And that's how they make me feel sometimes. And I just feel like,
Yeah.
you know, it just gets me down,
Do you know
if you
what?
know what
I'll
I mean.
relate to you. I'm not saying above you, bro, but I used to be at that stage as well when I used to feel like people used to say to me, "Oh, so what do you need to prove? What have you done to prove?" And then what I do is I'd respond back. But now, if someone, I'll be honest with you, if someone asked me now, what have I got to prove and stuff? Do you know what? I'd actually go silent for a reason. I actually feel in my heart I've got nothing to prove to people that don't
Mm,
understand me. I really do believe that in my heart. That's why I'm not being mean, not responding to you. I used to feel like I had to prove to you because you asked the question,
yeah,
and I think it's because I
yeah,
didn't believe in my heart. This is just for me. I used to think in my heart I didn't believe that I was changing. So I had to tell people how I was changing. But as I've grown and become more emotionally, mentally, spiritually healthier, I just felt like I know I am in my heart, so I don't need to prove nothing to you. I don't need to answer your question anymore. And then people pick up on that and people are like, whoa, he's changed. You know, he's wanting himself and always respond and you know, explain himself. Words are powerful, mate. Like the words we speak of, determine the vibration. And like the way I've changed so much myself as well. I used to be very low consciousness, and my words, I could tell my diaries I wrote, I was always like proving myself, and my words weren't coming out right. I'm a bit like you. I'm still now a little bit. I think good things, but I can't get it out to people right. I can't get my words out. When you were saying that, I could relate to you. Like I struggle. My consciousness is good, but I can't explain in a way that's going to make you understand. I can't get,
mm,
I'm trying to work on that, trying to get through to people at the level that they can hit them home. It's really hard. It's a hard skill to have, man, for real.
yeah, 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 definitely.
Quick question for Shaun, like, just, what has been healed? What needs to be healed, man? What ailments you got left to heal? He's asking because you did talk about like there's a lot of stuff inside your body. So what do you reckon specifically? You're talking about physical,
I've
just
got
the whole.
hardened lymph nodes is what I've been working on, you know, since day one, basically. You know, this is what alerted me to my ill health, basically. You know, I'm getting hardened lymph nodes in my neck, you know, in my groin, you know, in my chest. You know, I've got it still in my left testicle. And but before that, that's a big one, you know, and that's one that came. That probably the one that came first. After that came the skin problems. You know, I had serious skin problems. You know, my hands, my feet, and my face used to swell up, become really red, you know, and sore and flaky. All that's gone now. You know, I can say that I'm past that. You know,
Yeah.
so you know that's a big one. And conscious. I mean, yeah, consciously that really brought me down because it was my appearance. You know, I'm already a tall guy. You know, and I'm already a bit self-conscious about going into certain places because everything happened all at the same time. You know, when I turned basically 14 and I started hitting puberty, you know, and I started going out, you know, into pubs and things like that, was the same time when I started getting the problems with my face and my appearance and things like that. And the same time I shot up in height as well. So I became really tall all of a sudden, and my face and my hands and my feet became really red. And inside, I used to have a really nervous, fatigued feeling, you know, constantly feeling drained and nervous inside. And I used to go into public situations and I'd get noticed. And that's the last thing I wanted, you know, all I wanted to do was just blend in and just, you know, just be quiet for a little bit, get to know my surroundings, and then maybe come out a little bit. But as soon as I walk into anywhere, it'd be like, it might be just in my head, but it'd be like the whole room would turn to me and be like, just laugh at me, you know, and be like, look how tall he is, look at his red face, you know, and this killed me inside, you know, like confidence wise, it killed me, you know, completely. I just became from being a young kid, I was so confident, you know, I was the best at all the sports, I was so talkative, full of energy, and then from that stage, that turning stage, everything just switched, you know, and it all came at once, and then all the health problems came, you know, one after another after that, you know, and then I started, you know, trying to compensate for that by taking drugs, you know, escaping from this reality, you know, escaping from this body, so I didn't have to be such a public show every time I walked into a place, you know. All I wanted to do was just put my head down, you know, and just blend in,
You just
and
wanted
I
to
could
be with
never do
everybody
that,
without
you
being
know.
standing out in a bad way, right? In a negative way. You just wanted to be a normal person in many ways, right?
Yeah, man, it feels like, yeah, that's another thing that's gone through my mind recently as well. I feel like my whole
Yeah.
life, since I've turned like 14 onwards, I've just been trying to
Mm.
blend in, just been trying to be a normal person, and constantly being rejected. You know, "Oh, you're not normal.
Yeah.
Oh, look at him. Oh, laugh at him. You know, and I feel like that's affected me seriously, like mentally. I feel like
Dude, I'm the
that's
same as you, bro.
broken me.
I'll be honest. I know this in my heart. I'm not gonna lie to anybody here or you. I know that my whole life, my warrior status has only been activated because I stood out in a negative way, and I just wanted to fit in with everybody. And I know that everything I'm doing at the beginning and even now is just to fit in really with people, just to be a normal person. In many ways, I just want to be normal. I just want to fix myself. I want to fix the brain damage. I want to fix my shit that's gone wrong in my life, you know, and I don't regret it because that's kind of what makes people like, look up to us now as warriors and fucking help guys because we try so hard to fix ourselves and we've got the knowledge and we've got the empathy. People like me and you've got empathy because we've been through so much. That's how I look at it. And the people watching
Exactly.
here as well,
Exactly.
we've been through so much. You don't want, you've got so much empathy. You don't want other people to hurt. You don't, because
Yeah.
you know how to fix yourself. You've learned little things along the way, like, you know.
I think that's important. I think that's an important point, actually. Another thing that I've thought about is the reason why I feel so deeply is because I've felt what it's like to be to be mentally attacked. You know, so I don't want anyone else to go through that. You know, I felt persecution. I felt, you know, isolation. You know, so
Yeah,
when I look at other people going through this or animals going through this, I'm just like, no, this is wrong. You
yeah,
know, no living thing wants to go through this, you know, and we shouldn't do
yeah,
this to other people. So I always stand up. I always stand up for other people who are going through this. When I see someone on the street, so many times I've stopped fights in Hong Kong. You know, I've seen like guys punching women. All everyone's walking past, and I'll run up and I'll grab the guys, you know, and I'll take them away, you know, and I'll bring them to
yeah,
one side, and I'll be like, "What are you doing?" I'll be like, "What are you doing? It's a woman. You don't hit a woman." You know, just
yeah,
different situations that I've seen like during since I've been in Hong Kong. You know, so many things where people are just stood watching with mouths open, and I'm like, and I see it from afar, and I come running over like, what the fuck? Why ain't anyone stopping him? You know, why ain't anyone doing anything? You know, why is
yeah,
everyone just fucking zombies? You know, why? You know, it gets to me sometimes that people are just not willing to step in or speak up or do something when they see an
yeah.
injustice. They're not willing to
Crazy.
make themselves vulnerable. You know, they'd
Yeah.
rather just sit back in the background and wait for someone else to do something, or nobody does
Yeah.
anything. You know, and then somebody gets
Yeah.
killed or whatever.
Quick
You
one.
know,
Your brother
and you
Austin,
watch
you
it.
know, Austin Jacob Vanderweel, he's just commented. He said it's one of the hardest things traveling around Asia because he's traveling around Asia, isn't he? So he doesn't know how to handle it either. You know what you just said there. Like that situation is very
Yeah,
common,
man.
clearly.
Serious,
Mm.
seriously, yeah. He's gonna get the same thing as well. He's got the big beard. He's got the long hair. He's got red hair. You know, he's gonna
Yeah.
get pointed at. He's gonna get laughed at. You know, people are gonna come up to him. Oh, let me take a photograph. And it seems
Yeah.
fun at the time, you know. But when you just want to be, you know, you get days where you're not confident. You get days where you just want to, you know, do you know what I mean? You feel inside. You just feel a
Yeah.
bit insecure, and you
Yeah.
don't want attention, and that's the days where you get the most attention. I feel like that's the days where
Yeah.
they're queuing up to take photographs with you. You know, they're laughing, they're pointing, you know, they're giggling. You don't understand what they're saying, you know, and you just feel even worse about yourself. You know what I mean? It's just
Do you know what? I wonder, like this is, I put this out here, maybe strangers, because we're humans, we can all pick up on each other's emotions. Maybe there's some subconscious thing going on where people know that you're low, and they also know subconsciously, without actually knowing you, that you're a warrior. I really believe this. Maybe I'm projecting myself onto other people here, but I believe people can pick up on people like us being warriors on the streets, yeah, from even a couple of seconds. And what they'll do is they'll try and bring you down without even fucking knowing a story. They already know your story. I really believe this. They already know you're a warrior without actually knowing you. They already know it because they can see in your eyes the way you walk. I don't know if I'm projecting, bro, but I feel like people do it because they know subconsciously there's something about you. There's something special about you. I mean this. They think that they know there's something special about you, and therefore, what do normal people do when they meet someone special? Do they step up and learn from them? Nope. They bring you down because that makes them feel better. And they don't even fucking know you. They don't even know consciously that they know you're special and you're on a journey, your hero's journey. They don't even know consciously. It's a subconscious level they're doing this, bro. I don't know if you feel the same way, but I really believe people do that with me, you, and a lot of other
Tell
people.
myself that. I do tell myself that to make myself feel better. Sometimes I do say, this is the reason they're doing it. They're just trying to bring me down. They're just hating on me, whatever. But sometimes I feel like I look around and I feel like, why ain't anyone else getting this treatment? Why? It feels like it's just me. Like I look around and I see everyone else, just mingling together. No one's standing out. No one's getting pointed at and laughed at or whatever. And then I'll stand up and I walk 10 yards and then, I'll get pointed at, I'll get laughed at, whatever, I just feel like it's draining. It's draining, and it's not just because I'm in Hong Kong, that's a big part of it, but it happened even in England. I'd get people running across the street and be like, bro, you look like Jesus, oh, what are you doing? Or, like, cut your hair. Or, they shout to me like, it's just like, what's your problem? Like, why have I brought this attention upon myself? What have I done to deserve this? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I feel like sometimes. I just feel like, what have I done? Like, and then I look back in my past and I think, right, I've done many bad things in my past. Maybe this is my karma. Maybe this is karma acting out, and right now, maybe this is because of what I've done, and so then I end up blaming myself all the time, so then it's just a constant circle. I get abuse, I blame myself.
This as well, though.
I get abuse, I blame myself.
How about this? How you thought about this? Like, if you didn't stand out in a negative way at any point in your life and you were just normal and happy, you wouldn't have any motivation to change and be the person that we are today. With no motivation to change, because that's what everyone else does. They're just normal and happy. They don't stand out in a negative way. They don't have problems with their minds. They don't have problems with their bodies as much. They don't stand out in a negative way. They just get along. And that's part of the problem of the Matrix. They just don't do nothing in life because they don't stand out in a positive or a negative way. They got no motivation, bro. They've literally got no motivation to do fuck all their lives. Like,
yeah, I get that as well. And the Matrix thing as well. I remember watching the Matrix and I'm thinking, this is another thing that I tell myself. Like when Neo became aware of the Matrix and he went back into the Matrix and they're walking down the street and all the people are walking towards him and bumping into him. And he's been like, why are they all coming towards me? And the other guy says, it's because you're aware of the Matrix. They feel it subconsciously. They're attacking you because you're a virus within the Matrix. And that goes through my head all the time when I'm walking down the street and people are walking towards me, and bumping into me. And I'm just like, you came from over there. Why did you walk over and just bump into me? Like you had a clear walkway, And I'm thinking, what the fuck? Is this real? Is this really the Matrix? And this sort of shit goes through my head. And it's, I don't know, man. If it's real, it's real. But I don't know if it's real. So it's all in my head, It's just like...
Yeah. If it's not real, it helps us anyway. No, it helps you. You said this earlier. Even if it's not real, what you're thinking helps you towards your journey anyway. So even if it's not real, what's wrong with not using something that's not real, that's helping you to become a better person and raise your vibration anyway? What's wrong with it if it's fake? If it's all fake, like, who cares?
Yeah, it's fake. Right? It's fake, but it's in my head, man. It's sending me fucking crazy. It's sending me crazy. Why are people doing this? Why does it seem? Does it just seem like that to me? Am I just making it up in my own head? Or is it actually happening? Because even when I walk with Suzanne, she'll see it happening. She'll see the people talking about me, but she tries to play it down because she speaks Cantonese, and I can't speak Cantonese, and a lot of times she won't tell me what they said, and because she knows I'll kick off. If I knew what they actually said, she knows that I'll kick off, and I do. But when it's so subtle that I don't know if it's an accident or I don't know if it's if they've done it on purpose, and it seems to be like that most of the time, then there's not much I can say, except from like, which way are you going? Like, why did you bump into me? You walked across the street just to bump into me. Like, is it in my head, or are these people actually doing this? Is there people in the street? Oh, I didn't even want to talk about this because I don't even want to talk about it because it just sounds crazy anyway. But this, it's just just these things just build up, man. And, it might be me. Maybe I am crazy. Maybe I'm just a fucking nut job, And
well, if you're crazy, I'm crazy. And everyone watching this is crazy. We're all fucking crazy together, bro. If we are crazy, because what you're thinking is what I think was everyone here's thinking as well. We have these thoughts. We're all very similar. We must be fucking crazy. It's cool. There's nothing wrong being crazy, bro. That's what makes us different, stand out in a special way, innit? Like, for real.
Yeah, but then it goes into deeper questions like if that really is happening, who's orchestrating it? You know, who's instructing it? Is it a personal journey? Is it someone personally gets offended by me from over the street, you know, and then personally comes over, or someone instructing them to do it? You know, and these sorts of things go through your head. So it's a never ending barrage of questions going through my head. Like why? You know, why is this happening? You know, so
Just a quick
and
one.
none of
Just
them
a quick
can be
interjection
answered.
there. Just a quick one, bro. You heard about psychopaths, genetic born psychopaths. I'm big on that. I fucking know they exist. They're born psychopaths. They exist, man. 1 in 100 people, I reckon. I don't know the exact numbers, but some of these might be attacking you as well. So you have to bear that in mind as well. People that generally aren't human, in my opinion, soulless vessels that are they're picking up on your vibe, bro. They're picking up on the fact that you're vulnerable in any given moment, and they will attack you. And I mean, like strangers on the street, if they pick up on that vibe, they're very smart creatures. These psychopaths. They'll find a weakness, bro. The longer they spend time with you, even if they can pick up your vibe, and they'll try and attack your self-esteem. They will. They'll try and knock you down when you're at your worst. And you know why? Because they're not human. They don't have empathy. They don't want to help you, bro. They want to hurt you. And they know that you're in any moment you're weak and you're vulnerable. They'll take you down. I think some of these are doing that to you probably in the streets. And I guarantee that some have done it to you, man, and me as well. I fucking guarantee it. Like.
Yeah, I do feel like that. But then again, I just feel like I'm fueling my own fucking imagination when I think about these things, you know, because when you really think about it, you're like, how many people are here? You know, it just boggles your mind. You know, it's just something that like you can never prove. It's just a constant question, you know, and if you think about it too much, it sends you crazy. So.
Yeah.
It's like, what do? You know, just stay in the house and don't ever go out and don't speak to anyone, you know, and then you just become lonely and you know.
Yeah. Joel
So
Smith said they see the light inside you, bro. They see the light inside of you shining bright. Your light is shining bright, and they see it and they don't like it. So they're going to try and bring you down, whichever way they can. And do you know what worked? Do you know what I found as well? I'm sure you've found this as well. It's not just one. They come out you at like 10, 20 a go, at the worst possible time as well, all at once. And it's numbers. It's social value. It's numbers. The more people that do it, the more you start believing it. Even if you know it's not true in your heart. It's like if 100 people tomorrow, I know me and you are good people. If 100 people hated on me in one go tomorrow, even though I know in my heart I'm a good person, that's going to affect my soul because it's too many people. It's a numbers game. We're social creatures. The more people that are telling me something that's not true, even if I know it's not true, it's going to affect my personality. It's going to affect me. It's too many people all at once. Like it hurts, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, bro. Bro, is there anything you want to talk about, like in terms of like we want to talk into health, right? Let's go back into health, bro. Anything you want to get off your chest? You're learning, you're excited about, you're moving forward with, you discovered, you learned about the I don't know, anything, man. Anything you're learning at the moment?
Herbs, man,
Animals.
herbs. I'm loving the herbs.
Oh, what?
Herbs. I'm loving the herbs right now. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm really
nice.
getting
Okay.
into the herbs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ginseng,
Ginseng.
Schisandra berry. Yeah,
Cool.
black goji berry.
Mm.
What's the other one? Dandelion root, burdock root.
Dandelion root.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, dandelion root, burdock root. All these really good. Yeah, I'm enjoying
How you
these
taking
herbs
them?
at
You
the
taking
moment.
distilled waters? Turning them herbal teas, or just taking them? How are
Yeah,
you drinking them?
I make them into teas. Yeah, I make them into teas. I put them on a
Distilled teas.
slow distilled water tea. Yeah, I put them on a slow boil. Not a boil, but I take it up to just below boiling, and then I turn it down to simmer, and I leave it there for maybe 3-4 hours. And then because I use the raw herb, you know, and then I use like a cheesecloth. Take out the herbs, put the herbs in a cheesecloth bag, you know, drain out the liquid, and then mix the liquid with some raw honey. That's another thing as well, raw honey. I'm really enjoying that as well, and
Yeah.
then drink it as a tea.
Nice, bro. And you're doing that all within the. So you eat your meal a day. You eat your one meal a day, and then you wait. What is it?
Within
An
an
hour,
hour,
two?
basically within an hour or two. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's how you do it, bro.
Yeah,
Then you're dry fasting pretty much. Apart from the urine at the end of the day, you're pretty much dry fasting most of your life,
exactly.
really now.
Yeah.
Huh. That's crazy, bro. Let me read out some. Oh yeah.
Oh, and the
Austin's on
breathing
there.
as well. The breathing, the nose breathing is a big one. Keeping your mouth shut. Yeah, that's a big one. You
Yes.
know,
Thank you. Yeah.
because
Yeah. So
yeah,
yeah. Go on, man.
I've spent a lot of my time with my mouth open, especially because I do like physical activity and things like that. You know, I've consciously realized now, looking back into my past, I realize how much I've had my mouth open, and it affects
Mm.
not only the nose. You know, it blocks up the nose more easily and affects your breathing. You know, you don't get as much oxygen, but it affects your
Yep.
jawline as well, your facial structure. You know, so
Yep.
your jawline will basically change because your jaw is constantly hanging down, you know, with your mouth open. So you need your
Oh
teeth
yeah.
touching and your tongue
Mm.
needs to be up on the top of your palate. You know, that's proper tongue posture. So you put your
That is
tongue,
proper tongue posture. Yes. Are you doing that all
yeah,
the time though? How do you doing this? Wait a minute. How often are you doing this? Because I find it really hard to do. I know you're supposed to do this. So what you saying you do this all the time? Check
I try
constantly.
to consciously, if I find myself with my mouth open and then I think
Mm.
straight away, shut my mouth, teeth together lightly, you know, just resting on each other, and then tongue
Mhm.
at the top on the roof of your mouth. And the more you can
Yeah.
get, the more of your tongue you can get flat on the roof of your mouth, the
Mm.
better the posture will be. So the healthier your face will grow, basically your jawline. Um,
Yeah.
so, but at first, you know, like I can only get really, you know, the first quarter of my tongue on the top of my roof, the roof of my mouth. But it says,
Mm.
I can't remember the name of the doctor guy. Is orthopedic or something like that. Can't remember his name, but I've been watching his videos anyway, and it seems to make a lot of sense, especially with the nose breathing as well. Breathing through the nose, I feel like it goes straight to the brain. You know what I mean? And I feel like
Yeah.
maybe my brain has been starved of oxygen for a while. You know, so
Yeah.
and
Hey, you heard of this?
I've had issues with,
Just a quick one. Have you heard of this one about air breathing through the nose is structured air? Because we know structured water is good for us. Structured air is through the nose breathing because there's a vortex that goes through the vortex of the nose. There's turbines in the nose that you breathe in. So when you breathe in air from your nose, you're getting structured air. It's just like structured water. It's quality air. If you breathe through your mouth, you're getting unstructured air. You don't want unstructured. You want structured. So I'm
mm.
loving that idea, and
I
it's
saw
really
that
helping
on
me out.
your post. Yeah, that's the first time I saw it when you posted about it. So and then
Mm.
when you posted about that, I'm thinking, all right, I'm already doing the nose breathing and things like that. So that's another additional benefit that I didn't even know about. So that's pretty cool.
There's loads, bro. Nitric oxide releases nitric oxide. There's nitric oxide in your nose. You breathe. It makes your blood vessels dilated. Makes you fucking healthy and happy. It oxygenates. It makes your posture better. You have a straighter posture when you breathe through your nose. People with bent backs have mouth breathers, aren't they? They're also a bit dumb as well, stereotypically. But,
Yeah,
mm,
it said to be that way, you know. And you look online, you know, see the pictures, and you can see the difference in the jawline and
yeah.
you know, just the general way the face looks. It looks more stupid with the mouth open. You know, you look like, you know, or
Yes. Yes.
do you know what I mean? Straight away,
You really do.
you look like, yeah. So
You know
consciously, when I
what?
realized that,
Go on, mate. Sorry, carry on. Yeah.
yeah, consciously when I realized that my mouth is open, you know,
Mhm.
usually due to a blocked nose. You know, if my nose is blocked, then my mouth opens straight away. You know, and it makes sense because that's where the oxygen is coming in. But if my nose is clear, then my
Yeah.
mouth don't need to be open. You know, it can be shut. You know, I can just breathe straight through my nose. So this is the thing with allergies and things like that, and eating dairy. You know, dairy and eggs is a big one. You know, block up your nose, open your mouth so
Mucus.
you get all the yeah,
Mucus, right?
mucus in
Mucus.
general.
Yeah.
Any mucus forming foods are going to
Yeah.
block your airways, so you're going to breathe through your mouth. You know, and that's not
Yep.
how your body's designed. You know, we're supposed to breathe through our nose.
Boom. And people compound that because they don't do any exercise. If you do exercise, you can these mucus can come out of the nose easier. So people that snore, don't exercise, and they eat dairy, they eat loads of mucus forming foods and don't exercise, you're guaranteed to have sleep apnea, guaranteed to have blocked nose at night time, you're guaranteed to breathe through your mouth,
Yeah.
and then you got all those
Snoring.
out. It makes you,
Yeah.
yeah, it's horrible. You're acidifying your blood every time you breathe through your mouth. That's an easy way of looking at it. Your pH is going down. Your pH goes up when you breathe through your nose, and you want a good high alkaline pH, like from eating fruits, fasting, and breathing through your nose is an easy hack that everyone can do, but not everyone does, right? But everyone's conscious about it.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Because I've been you know, not aware of it for so long. It takes
Mm.
practice for me to keep closing my mouth. You know, I keep catching myself with my
Yep.
mouth open. I'm thinking, I need to remember, close my mouth. You know, keep
Do
my
you know
mouth
what I've
shut
noticed
every
as well,
time.
bro? I think this might apply to you. I open my mouth in public when I'm stressed and I don't know people. I get really anxious around strangers in public a lot of the times. So in those times, I open my mouth and I'm like, whoa, shit! My mouth is open because I'm fearful of people. So whenever I get in this fearful fight or flight state, my mouth opens, and that just makes the problems worse. I get even more in fight or flight because I'm breathing wrong. And when I'm relaxed, I breathe through my nose. I'm relaxed with you now, so I breathe through the nose. But in public, I've got to consciously work on this. Like, shut my mouth, man. You got to be aware of this. Like, because someone's gonna do it for us. It's all things we have to do. Your mom's not going to tell you this information. Your doctor's not going to tell you that's going to heal diseases if you start breathing through your mouth and stop breathing through your, your mouth. But have we got? Yo, bro, is he gone? Frozen. Are we going to get Shaun back? Oh, no. That's super annoying. Okay, let me answer questions, really. Yeah. That's super annoying. Yeah, Christian, mate, tape your mouth shut at night time is the way to do it. Because we're all breathing. A lot of people are breathing through their opening their mouth at night time, especially wake up with a dry mouth. Through your mouth. This uncle. So I'm not sure if we're gonna get Shaun back because my internet's playing up, or someone's internet's playing up. But if I'm still here, then I'll just say one quick thing about when your mouth breathing at night time and you wake up with a dry mouth in the morning, that means you've been opening your mouth, breathing through it. Now, one of the problems with, I've said this before, I'll say it again, maybe people haven't heard, or don't know, or if you do know, great. One of the problems with a dry mouth is that you've got less saliva in your mouth at that time, and that's a problem. Your saliva is there for two reasons: digestion, digestive enzymes for when you eat, but it's also there as, a lot of people don't, it's oral hygiene. Saliva is there for oral hygiene. It's got antibodies, it's got immune systems, it's got lymphocytes, white blood cells, and antigens, antibodies. It's all in the next to your urine, which is fucking medicinal. Your second most powerful medicine you make is saliva, and it's in the mouth for a reason, for digestion, like I said. But so it prevents mouth cavities. It looks after your teeth, like your own fucking toothbrush. Yeah, it's better than a toothbrush. It's oral hygiene complete. Your saliva. Yeah. So it lubricates the teeth, it gets in there and takes away all the microbes and the bacteria from coming into the mouth. And when you have a dry mouth in the mornings and you breathe through your mouth during the day or night, you've got less saliva in your mouth. Guess what happens? Less saliva equals less oral hygiene, less protection, less antibodies and all the good stuff that can surround the teeth and look after you, and your gums and your tongue. So you get problems. So you do not want that. And yeah, I agree. You need to I've stopped doing it because I don't think I do breathe through my mouth anymore, but I have gone through periods when I do. I recommend people do that. You know, and some professionals that talk about mouth breathing a lot, that know a lot about Shaun, still do that. Still do tape their mouth shut at night. So that's how important it is. And who cares, man? Who's watching you when you sleep at night? Like, and it doesn't look good, but fucking hell, man. You know, it's all good. Yeah, well, that's it, guys. I don't know why Shaun went there. Maybe his connection. I think it's his connection because I'm still here with you. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. And we'll be checking in with Shaun another 6 months or so next year, mid probably. Well, if you're watching this, bro, thank you very much. Thank you guys for watching. And yeah, add Shaun on Facebook if you don't have him on Facebook. And I wish you the best of luck and hope things go well for you, bro. And we'll be in contact, and I'm sure we'll be doing stuff together. I'll try and come out and see you, you know. I've got a couple of things. I fucking would love to see you, man. I've got so much to do, but one of the missions I'll try and do is to come out and see you. It'd be great to meet up and learn so much from you and fucking push things together. Alright. Cheers, Austin, bro. Thanks for watching. Christian, Kerry as well. Joel, love you guys. You're my soul family here, so checking out the names. Tracy as well. Nice, nice. Thank you very much. Right. Adios.